Hey guys, UNiCOMICS here. I just thought I'd do something a little bit different with this video and do a talking Let's Draw. If you like that sort of thing, leave a like on the video. That will really let me know that you enjoy this type of Let's Draw. So anyway, let's just get on with it. Leave a like and let's get started. So in this video, I wanted to focus primarily on Walter and his adventures in Hotlands. So as you can see in the drawing, Walter's entering an old building, a laboratory, and he meets two characters. One is named Edo, who's like a Alphys type monster character, and Dr. Ravie, a human from the surface, and they're working on machineries, getting all the old equipment working. And if you notice in the foreground and in the background, you'll see like an old monster, Vulcan, and you'll see like Dr. Alphys's favorite anime poster. And in the foreground, you'll see Metaton. And I just want to add him in there so like it all ties together. Like this used to be Alphys's lab. So Edo and Dr. Ravie, they're sort of like fixing things. They're like, you know, they're like the duo, like the scientist duo. And so when it came to coming up with like this scenario, it wasn't that hard because I knew what I wanted to do with Walter. I wanted to split Walter from Fiona, and I wanted to give Walter a little bit of an adventure on his own where he would meet like different characters, have different experiences to what Fiona will have. So when it came to drawing the scene, I knew what I wanted to put in. I wanted to make the place look old and broken, and you may have noticed that in the last few Let's Draws that all the places that we've been to are old places that are in the game. So originally Edo was going to be a blacksmith character, so he would just make armor and stuff like that, and I changed it halfway through doing the last drawing when I started thinking about this Let's Draw, and I turned him into an engineer rather than a blacksmith. And Dr. Ravie, she was always going to be a scientist, but she was going to be on her own, and I thought it would be pretty cool to have both engineer and scientist working together, building and fixing up Alphys's lab. We're now coming up to the part where I start colouring it, and how I do colouring, I always approach colouring like layers. So I always do the base layers first, so I've got the shapes in, you know, and then I just build upon that. So I work on the base layers, get all the base colors in, and then just put the shading on top, then the highlights on top of that, and then any fixes above that sort of thing. Because I usually find working that way reduces the amount of layers you have to work with, and I find it's a bit more effective sort of thing. So that way you're never going back and forth, you're always moving forwards and moving to the next thing in your drawing. As you may have noticed, I hardly use Ctrl-Z, and if there's a mistake I usually just use the eraser tool like I would do in real life, like traditional drawing, mostly so that when I transition from digital to traditional and traditional to digital, there's no difference. Like I'm always going to have to use an eraser both traditionally and digitally, you know, sort of thing. And I find that's quite a good habit to have. Another good habit when it comes to these types of drawings that I got into was drawing straight with a pen traditionally, so it helps improve confidence in my line art when it comes to digital stuff, so that way I make fewer mistakes. And that goes the same with colouring. So as you may have seen through the colouring process, sometimes I make a little mistake, go over the lines. I don't just Ctrl-Z, I'll just colour the lines in what that colour was supposed to be, sort of thing. Like if I go outside the lines with Ravie's hair, and it's like you'll see like blue on a lab coat, I'll just use the lab coat color and color out that blue, you know. So that's how I go about doing it. So now we're coming up to the final stages of the Let's Draw. This is where I start adding shading, highlighting, color correction, you know, so it gives that feel of like Hotlands is hot, obviously, and it's like projecting heat everywhere. I start adding glow effects to the lava, adding little effects to the monitors, like giving like some like typing and like a schematic of Metaton, that sort of thing. And for the highlights, I just make sure that the characters like stand out a bit more, add some shine to the robot that Edo's working on, and that's it really. So if you like this type of video where I'm talking over it, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and remember, hit that little bell button next to the subscription button, so you can get all the notifications from my channel. And well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.